All right, Amanda, is this your first call? I thought it was. That's awesome. Welcome. Very exciting. Okay. All right. So, obviously, we just got back from a huge weekend. Super, super, super exciting. There's no way to put into words this past week. There's no way. Like, there's just really no way, truly, at all to put into words. What you saw, maybe if you weren't there, times that by like a bazillion. It was amazing. We had team bonding. We had a lot of announcements. We had happy times. We cried. We laughed. Any emotion you can possibly imagine happened. And again, it just completely exceeded all expectations. I knew going in that I was excited, but oh, hangovers. you know, Party time and then get up at the crack of dawn. It's a great combination. And especially beach body coaches. I was talking to someone at the airport and they said something about, oh, it was a health fair. And I'm like, yeah, kind of, but not really. So anyway, so let's see really quickly. Just a couple announcements for the team. I put a poll in there for the next sneak peek. And it looks like most people are leaning towards the 1 hour one on Sunday. If there's enough people, I guess there's no reason why we can't do both. Really, truly, if you prefer one over the other, right? So if you wouldn't mind voting for that, because I want your voice to be heard on what we do. And that way, moving forward, we can do a live hour, and we could also do the week too. And also we need to get that video together of all of our transformation pictures so that we have a fresh one. So if you did not post your before and after picture at some point in that thread, I can bump it up. Be sure to do that if you want to be included in the video. I know several of you had said that you could help with it. So if you're still on for that, then we can get a new video together. Those before and after pictures are insane. It's so inspiring. So I can't wait for that. So maybe we can try for our next sneak peek. That might be too soon. But anyway, we'll talk about that behind this call. Let's see. Okay. So, Summit is going to be in Indianapolis. We know that next year, 2018, in June. I think it's the 20. I don't know. I don't know dates and numbers and everything off the top of my head. If you haven't registered, seriously, do it. And right now it's I think $145. It's going to go up. Thank you, Jillian. The 21st to the 24th. If you commit now, then you're going to be here a year from now, and that's what you want. You want to be invested in your business so that you move it forward. When you're not so much invested, it's easy to let it go to the wayside. So if you know that you're going to be here a year from now at Summit, then amazing things can happen between now and then. So do that. I heard a 3-year contract. I did not hear that. That's okay. So maybe there is, I don't know, but I know a lot of people are excited about it. I'm excited. I've never been. So I think for me, I'm excited about that. Next thing is a Shift Shop challenge group for our team and your customers. The last time we did the Sean Week, we just had us. It wasn't our customers, but I feel like we need to add our customers in this time, and we can be a part of a team plus our customers, and it'd be even more amazing, bonding with each other as well as getting to know our customers better. And the environment is just so pleasant and so uplifting that I just feel like it's only going to get better if we add those who are customers. So that's up and running. If you want to add your people, now's the time. And really and truly, I don't think there's really a cutoff unless you guys want to have a cutoff. I thought we'd start the 24th, but I know some of you want to start a week from that day, which is the 31st. So whatever you guys want to do. I'll be doing posts daily. You guys feel free to do posts daily too. So it's not just, my voice. Obviously, your customers want to hear from you too. So much to be talked about. Really quick, I'm going to go through this slide that I got from corporate that it was kind of last minute, which was really kind of cool. overview of what we learned while we were at Summit. All right, so if you did not go to Summit or watch any of the live streams, and you may have been seeing people post different, I don't want that there, or that. Oh well, sorry, it is what it is. Then here's kind of the timeline that they have presented, and obviously All Access, we know about the vegan Shakeology, which this has been my favorite, these two. The UV2, and then Sean Week, and then somewhere around in there, the Challenge Tracker app gives you access to video. Then July happened, and then it was like explosion. Shift Shop, which is going to be, I feel like, one of those that shifts a lot of things with our team, with our results, with our customers, with the whole network. And I'm really, really excited about our challenge together and what's gonna bring with, again, those who we help and getting them on a 3-week program to continue on their journey. The Daily Sunshine is really, really amazing. I guess I never really thought about it before, but why we've been only trying to help people that are adults when we could be helping children, when the obesity crisis is just as bad with children than it is with adults. And immediately I thought about my nephew, who refuses to eat anything other than chicken nuggets, maybe a hot dog here and there. And I really don't know how he even lives, because he will not eat. So I'm going to be shipping them that for him, and I think that he'll like it, because I did not get to taste it, but everybody said the chocolate was really, really, really good. So you guys can give me feedback on that, those of you who did try it. September.
My kids tried it. I brought
Yay!
some. They like the strawberry and the chocolate. Morgan, did you like the strawberry or the chocolate better? Of the Daily Sunshine. The strawberry.
Oh.
And my daughter liked the chocolate, although she left half of her cup sitting on the table today, but I think she was in a rush. But anyway, it's kid approved.
Good. I've seen several videos of people who've done the taste test.
You really do. Goodbye. Am I on?
Yeah, somebody's on.
I can't mute. I don't know how to mute this.
In the left-hand corner bottom, there should be a thing to hit mute if you're wanting to mute yourself. Okay. All right. September, we get our full commissions back, which is, hello, we've been giving away way too much to our customers. With the BOD, we've been giving them 10% off Shakeology, 10% off everything else. So we're getting our full commission back. I knew they were going to do it in December, and they pushed it to September, which is awesome, 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 awesome. Simply. So I'm really excited about that. Clean week. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. I'm easily distracted.
The butterfly effect.
Let's see what's coming from. Where are you coming from? There. Nope. Thought I had a winner. I think we're good, right? Yes, Tony. So many kids can use this. I still can't find where this is coming from. Try that. Okay, maybe. All right. You get back here real quick, and then I'll let you guys have the stage. I just wanted to share. And now I can't find it. Hi, Orion. So beautiful. Round table. This is where I got the thing earlier. Okay. There it is. Da, da, da. Come on. All right, once it comes up, we're just going to go through this. UK launch, October 19th. And that's huge, 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 huge. We know it's huge. The coach network is going to be launched there. The customers are going to be launched there. This is when you definitely want to be sure you're on the lead wheel with Success Club, because those leads are going to be coming in like gangbusters. So make sure that, this is on your radar. Obviously, we want to continue to help people that are here in Canada as well. But know that we have a brand new, fresh market that have been dying to get involved with us for years. So this is humongous. I can't, seriously, brain explosion. So many things are going on. I didn't go over to the Clean Week. I think I really want to go to the launch event, the 21st in London. That would be amazing. Okay, the new coach office. They spent $100 million on our improvement of the new coach office, which is going to be obviously completely different than what we've been dealing with for the past X amount of years. There's a new look, obviously. Uh-oh. Hello? Okay. They went over to kind of the different things that were going to be really cool. Like, for instance, if you were to send somebody like a link and you tell them, you want the Shift Shop Challenge Pack, here's it in your cart, send them an email, and they actually can just go through their email and purchase the whatever it is you sent them. They also are going to have things that are going to say, people who bought this item also got maximum results from buying this, such as Energize or the Everyday Refresh or whatever. So it's going to kind of upsell people to give them the max results, and without us having to basically upsell. So the new website is going to be just completely fresh and completely amazing and awesome. So mobile friendly, improved sign-up flows, cross sales, like I was saying, cross sales and upsets. Not that they meant upsets. Upsells. Let's see. And then I said that before, we're back to 25% commissions. The diamond bonus. I'm really, really, really excited about this because there was such a big gap between the diamond and 2-star diamond bonus pool. So the fact that diamonds can actually get a part of this, the diamond pool, or what I'm trying to say here, $250 per quarter. So basically you have to maintain rank for 6 weeks within that quarter consecutively. So it could be at the beginning, the middle, or the end of that quarter. I can put up the FAQ is already there, but I'm going to put up a diagram for you guys to see if you're wanting to do that. If you need help with that, reach out to me. Obviously, I will do what I can to help you get to that rank. If you've already been there, you can get back to it. If you haven't gotten there, you can get to it. So know that's there. It says quarter 3 and 4. My guess it's going to continue. I wouldn't think they would just put it out there and then stop it. So it's definitely an incentive for you to get back to a rank or to get to the rank that you would like. So that's for diamond and 1-star diamond. Once you get a 2-star, you get that bonus pool too, obviously. Daily sign.
Natalie, can you hear me?
I can.
I have a question. Can you see me? Can I hear me?
I can.
They had said you had to be at that rank by a certain time period. I don't remember what they said, but you had to have that status as of when in order to qualify for those bonuses. Do you remember what they said about that?
It's in the FAQ right here, the FAQ 8005. I think there's a diagram that I'm going to put in the team page that'll show you have to have by the end of I can't remember.
Well, if it's 6 weeks and the quarter ends in September, you probably need to have it by mid-August.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Makes sense.
Yeah. I always get confused when it comes time for counting the weeks. So sorry that, but yeah, it is 6 consecutive weeks within that quarter. So it could either be beginning, the middle, or the end. So usually they'll have a post towards the end and say, if you have to have it by this date in order to qualify, but we can get that posted and keep an update for that in our team page as well. So I'm just really excited. I mean, that's a great incentive. Diamond's a huge deal. So for them to do this is definitely qualified. It's definitely a great perk. So that's really, really, really awesome. And I also have a diagram that shows the difference between Daily Sunshine and Shakeology. I don't think it's on the slide, but I'll post that in team page too. But the fact that they've done, pediatrician approved, nutrition development, non-GMO, soy-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, and then it's certified organic. I mean, these are like things that people are looking for their kids. So this is a huge deal, and I know they put a lot into it. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Obviously, it's the same amount as Shakeology, and some people were saying, is that too much? But at the same time, most people are not afraid to spend money on their kids and promoting their kids' health. And for this, it's a great, great snack, or whatever you want to use it for. Whether it's I think it's mainly for a snack. I don't think it's definitely a meal. But
hey, Natalie.
They also said that we can have. Oh, sorry. I was going to say they also said you can have it as a snack on top of Shakeology once a day.
Yes. So it's for adults too.
Hey, Natalie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see me.
I know.
Well, I'm here. We were buying our oldest son Pediasure. He is 9 years old and very underweight, and so we're having to give him overly a ridiculous amount of calories. But when a lot of my friends also give their kids Pediasures, and so I went through and went to Walmart.com, figured out how much I was paying a month for Pediasures, and compared it to the Daily Sunshine. They're very comparable.
Really?
Because with the Pediasures, the recommended serving of those is 2 per day versus 1 scoop. So you may be able to buy a box of Pediasure for $34, but that's only 12 days worth of Pediasure. So that is something maybe to keep in mind when you're talking to people. One Pediasure isn't necessarily going to give them half of what they're getting in the Daily Sunshine. So it's very comparable price points.
Love that. Thank you.
No problem.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you forever. Okay. So that's that. And the sampler, which is good to send people just to see again if the kids will like it. And the new workout with Tony, Double Time, which is really cool. It's all about working out with your family and having a buddy to work with. So that's going to go hand in hand with the sunshine. We called it everything under the sun. Some people were like, what is this thing called? What were the things that we called it?
Sunshine Day. Little Sunshine.
I couldn't remember the name
Sunshine of my life.
I was at the leadership workshop, and Lindsay Matway's on stage. I can't remember what she called it. She called it something else too. She's like, I'm sorry, it's just been a long day. But I cracked up at that because, we just kept learning about new stuff. And okay, so this is really, really awesome. The Clean Week is going to be a game changer. Obviously, we have those things, those groups that we have, the clean eating groups and that sort of thing, the ab challenges and all these things that we give our customers to add value and give them, a free group. Well, now we have something with Clean Week that is going to give them Shakeology samples, 4 workouts, a 7-day meal plan, and a challenge group guide. Hello, is that amazing? So they're going to get exposure to amazing workouts, obviously our amazing Shakeology, the meal plan, and a challenge group experience. And then from there, they're going to probably want to upgrade to one of our regular challenge groups. So $30, and that's for the week. Awesome. So awesome. So excited. Obviously, Ship Shop is available. Challenge Pack, all access, all that good stuff. We know that. The Performance Pack is also available. I know Janelle was asking about this earlier. She wanted just the DVDs. Is this a DVD? No, it's digital. Okay. Base kit. And that's it for this slide. I wanted something kind of visual for you guys to see so that you knew what was going on if you didn't catch all of the excitement via stream. I know that it's going to be available in the online office soon. So if you didn't get to catch the actual summit stuff, you can go back and watch it. The workshops, you know, all the good stuff, the celebrations, and you guys seeing the people on stage that lost all that weight, you know, that joined a challenge group and their lives completely changed forever, hundreds of pounds. I mean, all these people that were just, that right there, I mean, just kind of speaks volumes for what we do. It's so sometimes easy to get wrapped up in some of the other things that go on with our business, and we forget the reason why we do what we do. We forget that people's lives are being impacted as much as they are, and it's just truly an inspirational thing that we do. So keep pride in that, be excited about that, and I'm going to let you guys that have things to share that Jeopardy music, I'm just not singing that, Meredith. That anything what you took away most from Summit, your biggest takeaways, whatever you want to share with the team that was amazing. I know Jillian had some stuff that she wanted to share that she got from Sunday, so I'm going to let her, if you're ready, I'll unmute you. You good? Okay, thank you.
Hey.
Hi.
So I shared, I don't know if everybody saw, but in the comments of that slide I posted from the Danielle Natoni and Julie Boris event that we went to on Sunday morning, I shared that slide of the 5-day action plan. So if you go into Posh and in the comments there, it has, one of them has Monday, and then the rest has Tuesday to Friday of the stuff you can be doing. And if you watch the general sessions, and just even take the inspiration that you got from Summit, if you watch the live stream opening and closing, you can still put that action plan into place and take all the stuff you learned about the new products. It's still relevant even if you weren't at all of Summit. But the session was really awesome, and the great thing was they said they were going to do it again, and they want us to tell everybody about it. It was $10 each, and I found it really huge value because it kind of just put everything into perspective for what we learned and sort of helped me shape some of the stuff that was rolling around in my head for the week. I don't know if you agree.
Absolutely.
My husband, Chris, it's his first team call. There's skirts. So anyways, I shared that. So basically Monday to Friday, it's a 5-day action plan. It was a bit off for us because we were traveling Monday. So we've been this is our kind of decompression day, except they shut our water off. So laundry hasn't happened yet. But let me just go into, other than that stuff that you can read for yourself, the other stuff that we learned. Something Doug Moss from Corporate spoke. And he said that they have a whole flywheel. They call it the launch flywheel, I think, the headquarters flywheel. Yeah. And it's basically January to December. They very specifically plan when they're launching everything to make it the best success possible for us as coaches. Now, obviously, that also means the best success possible for them as a company, because the more successful we are, the more successful they are. But they specifically plan it because they know when the dips in our business are, and they know when it's the hardest time to sell. And so they give us the launches. They time them out specifically to help us really succeed, which I thought was really great. And what else can I say about that? That's all I can say about Doug Moss. Let me see anything else here. Okay. So they really started off by rallying everybody to commit to Summit 2018. And I wrote in the chat, I don't know if you guys saw it, but the $145 tickets, that's the Summit special until Sunday. those are transferable. I didn't think they were. I thought that that was just the like hard, fast, best deal you're ever going to get. You can't transfer it though. So sad, but you can. Not that you will. You should still go. But if something was to happen, you have that out. It is transferable. So I thought that that was really good to know. I wrote down a ton of like quotes and stuff. But basically they said they want you to rally your teams, as we're doing in this call, for everybody to commit to Summit 2018. Share your Summit story with your teams. What did you love about Summit? What made the difference for you about Summit? They recommended the Be Obsessed or Be Average book by Grant Cardone, just as a little PB recommendation.
Sorry.
What's happening? So let me see. The other thing they said, if you've been to Summit before and you think, oh, well, I've been to Summit, I don't need to go to Summit, because most of the stuff they say is pretty much the same. It's not, other than the announcements, the information, the 4 vital behaviors, that's pretty much always the same. I don't need to go again. Somebody said something that really stuck with me. She said, whenever you go, you are in a different place to receive the information, and what you will receive is different than you will have received the year before. So they may say the exact same thing, but somebody may say that one nugget that just like hits you, and you just know that that's made the change for your business moving forward. So it's always worth going. Yeah. Even if you've been before. The other thing that they said, which I really liked, Danielle Natoni is sort of no BS, but she said this is a business meeting. It is not like Success Club is the trip for parties, and Summit is a business meeting, and you should treat it like a business meeting. And they said this is an awesome one for parents that have kids in dance, but not going to Summit after you've worked your business for the whole year is like going to dance class and then not going to the recital. So it's just one thing you sort of just have to do, which I really liked. And also you just cannot get the keynote speakers that we had for $145, right? It's just not heard of. So the action plan was really helpful. Let me just look here. So Surge is tomorrow night, and they completely recommend getting on Surge because there will apparently be some other announcement happening tomorrow night, something to do with Sagi. Danielle and Julie had no idea, and somebody dropped it, and they were like, so whatever this is, there's something coming out with Sagi, and it's getting announced on the Surge. It's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So they said we should be taking this time to prep for the Surge and make additional notes based on the Surge from whatever you came out of with Summit. So I talked about in the Thursday, the action plan one, excuse me, on the notes. Thursday is your action plan, and it says you should always check your online office on Thursday mornings, know your business. But something they said that stuck out for me, and this is for anybody, Summit or not, be a back office junkie. Get to know the ins and outs of your online office. And if you just go in there and you know every single report you need to pull, you know the definitions of everything, you ask the questions if you don't know what they mean, you go into the training and you just dig in and become an addict, become like a junkie on the back office and learn it inside and out. And that leads me to the other point that just really stuck out for me. They had a bunch of coaches come up. They were supposed to tell us sort of the 2 minutes of the session they went to and their key takeaway. They ran out of time because Doug Moss from corporate spoke a little long. And so they all had like 30 seconds, just share one thing. And somebody said, if the 4 vital behaviors aren't like brushing your teeth habit, then you shouldn't be thinking about anything else. You shouldn't be building a website. You shouldn't be working on all this extra stuff. You shouldn't be writing a newsletter. You shouldn't be doing any of that until the 4 vital behaviors are so deeply ingrained in you that it's just like getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth. So that for me, it's not there yet. I've almost been a coach 3 years, and it's not there yet. I don't feel like it's habit for me. Posting my sweaty selfie, sure. Drinking my shake, sure. But inviting, that's not like brushing my teeth, right? So I thought that was really important, and I just wanted to share that. Let me see what else.
I like that they want us to use the learn the back office, but then they're going to go and change it.
Yeah, right. So learn it now, and then learn it again.
Learn it again.
What else did I want to share just about, because I know we have a lot of learnings, like all of us have stuff to share from regular Summit, so I'm trying to keep it to just this after Summit stuff. I said in the notes, but basically you do your action plan of your 10 things that you want to start implementing now or in the next 6 months to a year even. You set dates to them. But on August 12th, you check in with your success partner and because you tell them now what you want to do and by when you want to do it. August 12th, you check in with them and say, okay, this is where I'm at. This is what I've accomplished so far in that list. And then September 23rd, you do the same thing. Okay, now this is where I'm at, and this is what I've accomplished so far in this list. Because that September 23rd, that's the Super Saturday. So they were timing it all. So you hit that Super Saturday and you go strong because there'll be probably more announcements then, right? You're checking in and you're reporting back on your goals and progress. And then I have about 5, because I've already said one of them, additional things. Intentions are not decisions. Somebody said something in one of the sessions, Natalie, maybe you remember, Diana, maybe you remember, to decide is actually a very final word. The true root definition of decide is like, it's an end point. It's a final. It's not like yeah, I might, I'm going to do that. Once you've decided, there's no going back. And so an intention is not a decision. You can't just intend to do something. You actually have to decide and commit. Phase 1. This is something that came up in one of our workshops, but Raina Odell was struggling one day. She's a top coach. She was top 10 for the last 2 years or something. And she was struggling, and she went to another top coach, Amy Silverman, and said, how do you do this? Like, what do you do? And she said, I just become fanatical about phase 1. I never get out of phase 1. And that is the very basics, the learning, the 4 vital behaviors, the inviting, everything. She never gets out of phase 1. She never sort of surpasses that and then just kind of her business rolls. She's always in phase 1, which I thought was really important. And this is the last thing I'm going to say 2 more things. Sorry. Shut up. This is something that really connected for me is we are the middleman. We are the person that connects our clients with the tools they need to succeed. So I've always thought of myself as a connector. Even at work, I'm like, oh, you need to talk to this person about this because this is how you're going to be successful. Or, oh, you're looking for this job? Let me reach out to so-and-so. I've always been a connector. And so when they said, be the middleman, connect people to something that can change their life, right? Like that is our function. That is what we're here to do. We're not here to do the work for them. We're not here to push play. We're not here to blend their shake for them, except maybe that first couple of days so they know how to make it properly. But we are here to connect them with the tools, right? And then the last thing on this page that came out of that session is somebody is looking for you. They are not looking for Danielle Natoni. They are not looking for Julie Voris. They are looking for this one who had said this, a 60-year-old nutritionist who has a wealth of knowledge, and she's into her 60s, and they are looking for her because that is who they identify with. They are not looking for Sagi. They are not looking for, that type of person. They are looking for the person that they identify with. So somebody out there is looking for you and what you bring to the table. So that was what I wanted to share. Do you have anything else to add?
No.
No.
Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you.
Sorry.
Definitely good. Good stuff. Taking notes over here. The book, Be Obsessed or Be... Sorry.
Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone.
Okay, thank you. I like that name. I'm all about obsessed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So I know more of you have things to share, so feel free to unmute yourself and give your biggest takeaway, anything at all that you have.
There was a lot of takeaways. I don't have my notes in front of me. Like there was some stuff in the workshops, the breakout sessions about like leadership and all that was very valuable, and like how to grow leaders. But the one thing that stuck out the most to me, because I think we all struggle with it, was with Brendon Burchard, when he basically said, he had everybody like raise your hand if you have one person in your life who has like, what did he say, rejected you or made you feel bad, and everybody raised their hand. He's like, raise your hand if you have 5 people in your life who you feel like have rejected you, and everybody raised their hand. And then he's like, raise your hand if you have 10 or 20. And then the hands started getting less and less. And then he said, now raise your hand and tell me if you have 20 people in your life who have your back and stand behind you no matter what. Everybody raised their hand. He said, how about 100? Everybody raised their hand. How about 1,000? A lot of people raised their hand. And he said, so why are you focusing on those? He said, let's just say average. We all have 10 people who've rejected us in our life. Why are you focusing on that teeny tiny percentage of people instead of the thousands of people who have your back and support you no matter what? He said, those are terrible odds. I wouldn't go to Vegas with you if you had those odds. So, I mean, it just makes you see, like, we're all going to have, like, those people in our life, whether it's a family member that doesn't agree with what we're doing, or friends who think we're crazy, or whatever, those people that reject you and make you feel bad about what you're doing. But think of all the people you've helped and all the people like us on this team and everyone in this, like, whole Beachbody family that have your back, and friends that have your back, and customers that have your back, that believe in what you're doing. I mean, focus, like, you know, his point was focus on that more than focusing on, like, one or two haters you might have. So I just thought that was super powerful and just made me change my whole perspective on rejection.
The quote he gave, I wrote it down. He said, you have more people that have your back than will throw something at it.
Yes.
Which I thought was great.
Yeah, he was amazing. I had never heard anything from him before. And between him and, I mean, having Darren Hardy again, I mean, how can you go wrong with having Darren Hardy, like, feed your soul for the day, you know? And
Chalene Johnson.
And Chalene Johnson.
Seriously, guys, her video from Summit, you have to watch it because it's all about social media. But her video is up on YouTube right now. So go and find it and watch it, because just Google Chalene Johnson 2017 Summit. It was all about, instead of, it was kind of funny the way she presented it, because she knew that she was probably going to get some slack from Beachbody about it. But it was basically all about curiosity marketing. So rather than, like, throwing all the brand names out there and talking about the programs and talking about Shakeology and putting your Shakeology cup up to your face and kissing it and all this stuff, and, like, throwing product and the Beachbody name in people's face, is to be, like, make people curious. She said, make them ask you questions. Like, you want them to be like you're like, oh, you know, whatever. I don't know. She's like, she made the example of, like, she one time in a video uses lipstick, and she was like, oh, I love this lip color. And that's all she said. And then she had all these people asking her, like, well, what color is it? What brand is it? Where can I get it? You know, that's the kind of thing that we want to do with our business is, you know, talk about yourself and your progress and everything. But, you know, keeping the name, she said that used to work and it doesn't work anymore. Like, the key is to all of your social media, she said, should be making people ask you questions, come to you and ask you questions. And then you can tell them exactly what they want to know. But yeah, Jen said, don't give them anything they can Google. So if you're saying, like, Shakeology or Quarter Force, like, what are they going to do if they're interested? They may not reach out to you, is go on Google Quarter Force, and then what are they going to do? They're going to probably see some other coach on there that's selling it and go to them, or they're going to see it and go to Beachbody's website and buy it for themselves. So it was just really, really awesome. So you get the chance to watch it. It was amazing. I could listen to her talk all day long. And I've talked about it before, but I just did this training in May. It was a social media training, and that was pretty much all they talked about is creating that curiosity and breadcrumbing your journey versus, like, just throwing everything at people, because it just turns people off. Like, if you see, you know, sorry if anyone here loves LuLaRoe leggings, but every time I see those ugly ass leggings on my feed, sorry, I scroll through, because I'm like, I don't want to keep seeing this product. Like, I don't like your leggings. Stop asking me to be in your group. So anyways, sorry if you like them, but they're not my cup of tea.
Well, I know that I've been guilty of putting programs and stuff out there. And so I took what she said, and I was struggling yesterday to put a challenge group post out there. And that's what I didn't say anything about the program. I just said there's a new program that just trusted me for 3 weeks, basically. And I got more interaction than I've gotten in a long time. And I was like, she's right on. People were like, well, what is it? And I'm like, well, I'll have to give you the information and details behind. I've been starting a lot of conversations from that. So I was like, I think if I would have said, who wants to join the Shift Shop group, I probably wouldn't have gotten the response that I did. So it was definitely spot on. And people that who've never reached out to me before reached out. So make it your own, make it you, again, branding you. And I mean, people obviously do want to know that at some point that you are affiliated with Beachbody, but you're not Beachbody. You're you. You bring you to people. You bring, your brand to people. So just being the best version of you and adding that to people. So I know that there's other people who probably want to share something about this past week. Anything. And Samantha might kill me, but I really want to hear from her.
Okay, I'll talk if I can, maybe because I'm driving, so I'm going to try to
Be
keep this
careful.
short and safe. I'm careful. I know where I'm going. But this was my first summit. I'm not looking at you. I'm just going to look at the road the whole time. But this was my first summit, and I was completely blown away. It completely blew any expectations that I had right out the door. There's so, like Jen said, I don't have my notes in front of me, so I don't really know like all the details and the top things that I got from all the workshops and the speeches and whatnot. But in a general mindset, just the sense of the teamwork and the team that we're in, with the people that I just met for the first time. I love you guys, and I am so excited to be on a team with the people that I met. And hopefully I'll meet everybody else one day. I learned at this summit that I can be who I am. I have over the past, I've been a part of Beachbody for almost 3 years, 2.5 years, a little more. And I've been very cautious of what I say and what I do on Facebook because I've been so fixated on what people think. I have reasons for that. I've been burnt many times, and I've been people have said some really nasty things to me, people who are close or whatever. Long story, whatever, no need to get into that. But at Summit, everyone welcomed me for who I was, and I was, for the first time in a really, really long time, who I was, and I felt really comfortable with that, and I loved how everyone embraced it. And so for the first time in a really long time, I was like completely okay with accepting my goal and how can I say this, my place in this business. I was so honored to be a part of this because it really made me a better person, and being on the team made me a better person. So I'm so thankful that I went so that I could experience that. I'm trying not to cry, but it was really, really awesome. And I thank you all for just letting me be me. And now I can just be me, and I don't really care what anyone thinks on Facebook. So finally got there. So that was a really big step for me as a person, as a coach, in Beachbody and out. So did you hear me?
Yeah. So I had told Debbie a few times. I was like, I've always loved you to death and stuff. I said, but I never knew how big your personality was and how, fun your personality. You guys that met her, she's hilarious. She's fun. She's funny. She's obviously beautiful, but I never would have gotten that from her, from social. So meeting her in person, and I see a difference now in her social media from being at Summit and being around everybody, and just like the change that she made. But it's just incredible to have experienced the time with you. Yeah, it's hard not
So
to.
for anybody out there listening who has hesitations and how they want to post and really how they want to, like, I remember so many trainings of them saying, like, let go of the haters, like ignore the haters and what people are thinking. Who cares what other people think? But that was always sitting on my shoulders. And for those of you who are listening still in that spot, like, don't worry about that. Just be who you are, because that really is like what this company is all about, like being who you are and supporting everybody. And it was really cool to be a part of that because I really got a feel for that at Summit. So hopefully that you can get that too.
Yes, thank you. Anybody else?
Sorry.
Hi.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I wanted to say, and you know, for the people that didn't go, the people that did go will understand exactly what I'm talking about. When those people are up there on stage and they're talking, it's different than a lot of times when you're just listening to it in an audible situation or a video or something. And when they get into an emotional posture about something that happened in their life, where there was a family member, or like the law enforcement officer that lost his best buddy, the SWAT member, when you turn around and look and you can feel the temperature in the room change and the emotion change, you can just feel it. And now I look back and I can see people that are, their mouths are kind of open and the tears are running down their face. There's just a different feeling in the way that you absorb that message is completely different than reading it in a text someplace or in, you know, a different storyline of some kind. I mean, even when Shailene was talking or any of the people that were talking up there was completely different than the way that you would receive it. And I'm not sure who said that, but it's just, you absorb things differently in different environments. And for me, I'm really a hands-on kind of guy, I always have been. And I've heard a lot of these people talk in the past, and even last year at Summit, I heard the same story, but it was completely a different emotional attachment, hearing it live and seeing the reactions from the people around you. And, you know, and everybody could chit chat amongst themselves too. It's like, wow, I can't believe this, or, you know, it's kind of it's a different situation for sure. And, you know, I wouldn't miss it for the world next year either. You know, it's a definite gotta do thing. So, you know, for us, it was a good time. A long flight. Huh? I know Jillian's probably saying, yeah, us too, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like when I hear people say all the time to breadcrumb your story, breadcrumb it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I see it in text. But it wasn't until Shailene got on stage and listening to her give examples, it was just like, ooh, you know, just mind blowing to me. I was like, I get it now, where before I didn't. So it really helps a lot to be there.
Thank you, guys.
And just to hang out with everybody was way cool too. I mean, it was, you know, kind of a different, see who can stomp on the biggest cockroaches. Right?
I loved it. I love New Orleans.
I wasn't sure that Diana could high step that high until cockroaches started running through the sidewalks.
Oh, I loved it. I loved everything about it.
And everyone certainly learned what a big, fat, clumsy mess I am.
It's okay. We have more.
All right. Yeah, go ahead, laugh.
Amanda, welcome to the class.
First night, I felt like literally face planted on the sidewalk because I tripped over in my heels. It was fun.
See, every year is a reminder. Oh God. It's like slow motion watching it happen. You're like, no.
So next year, if you bring those shoes next year, you're on timeout.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be wearing those shoes again.
We'll put you in a wheelchair.
I also was walking up. We were at the Superdome the first night, and I was walking up the stairs, and I had a glass of wine in each hand. Not both for me. And my shoe hit the step, and I flew up the steps, but I didn't spill any wine.
Oh, I caught that one glass. I was like, oh, and it like fell in my hand.
We saved it.
I saved it. Oh gosh. All right, who else? I know there's other people who want to say something. Just a big takeaway, little takeaway.
My kids are going nuts. Yeah, I wanted to come back like 4 hours after being home yesterday. I was like, all right, done missing you. I want to leave. But I guess I'm going to echo what some people, a lot of stuff has already been said, and Jesse will probably hear this because I was like ranting in his ear, and I get things come up, but if you are serious about this business, no matter what, you got to try to get to this event. It is, I say this every year coming back. It's completely life-changing, and you meet, like, I can't explain. Jesse and I were on a call with one of our coaches last night going over it, and it's just the people, the environment. You're with people who are just like you, and you might, I mean, Jesse and I don't have friends like close that share these same passions and goals or even really get it. No. And, but it does something to me every time, and I love it. And I guess I was just like, I don't understand why people don't come. I know there's family things and things come up, but no excuses. I said, we had 5 million reasons not to be here. Is it expensive? Hell yes. Could we afford it? Probably not. I said, we did what we could and, and arrange, but every year we commit to this because we're dead serious about it and we love it. And you have a year to plan now, a year. Set your goals, do whatever you can to do it. Work the business to pay for the trip if you are serious about it. And I don't want to come off mean or anything like that, but it is seriously, and not even the celebration stuff, being in the general sessions and then just the bonding. And everywhere we go, we meet people. And like I was mentioning, we met someone in the bar from Canada the next day who went to the event, and there she is sharing her notes with us, and that's what I love about it is everyone is just, I'm pretty sure my kids are going to kill each other. They're just awesome. It's just incredibly awesome. And I love it. So I just want to stress that. Do what you can to get there next year.
Thank you.
Hello? Natalie, did I unmute it? Yeah. It's Debbie again. I don't have my notes in front of me, but one thing that I thought was really, really super helpful was it, and please forgive me for not remembering his name, Fitzpatrick, right? Brian Fitzpatrick? Oh, did I?
Jamie?
Can you hear me?
Jamie Fitzpatrick.
Okay. Yes. When he was describing what they've done in their challenge groups, I found to be extremely helpful because to me, it was mind-blowing that he joined the company 2 years ago and he was in the top 10 on stage. And he gave some examples of how he made his challenge groups so successful. And I don't have the notes in front of me, but he gave us probably about 5 to 10 examples of things that he has done. And he said that he and his wife have built their entire dynasty just from the challenge groups. And look how successful he was. So he gave some examples, and I think, I don't know if you guys have the notes in front of you that you can share with anybody, but I'm certainly going to be implementing a lot of his suggestions to my groups to kind of change them up and make them a little bit more exciting, because right now they're so stale. Nobody really chimes in. Nobody really wants to like post anything, and I think adding that variety to the groups would certainly get more of the participants involved. So
I've got my notes. Debbie, it's Jillian. I've got my notes here if you want me to, and then you can piggyback on it. Can you hear me? Yeah? So yeah, he does weekly challenger Zoom calls with his challengers, just like this is a coaching team. He does it for his challengers. Every Wednesday night, their challengers get on the Zoom call, and it brings them closer together. It also, everything he does is very strategic in that it gets people thinking about what it would be like to be a coach, basically. So it gets them familiar with a Zoom call. And then he does a book club for his challengers. So they all get on reading the same PD book at the same time. So it gets them familiar with the concept of PD. And then he also gets his challengers to have success partners. So he pairs up challengers and they work together as success partners, which again, much like coaching. And then he also encourages them whenever possible, if they're comfortable with it, to go live in the challenge group so that they get comfortable going live. So everything he's doing is not only putting a better experience for his challengers, but it's also preparing them to become coaches. And I think it was 19 of his diamonds were challengers.
I must have been in a different workshop. That's amazing, and that's so duplicatable that anybody can do that, right? So
yes.
That's amazing. That's huge. That's something we should implement in our upcoming challenge group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard that in any of the trainings or any of the groups or any of the speeches that I've heard. And the fact that he went so far, so fast, he created such a large team in such a short period of time, and that's how he did it. I think we should hear that. I think we should listen and maybe add some of that. Maybe together we can come up some other ideas, but maybe be ahead of the scale, changing the challenge groups, and be proactive and creating something more along the lines to give more to our participants, I think would certainly help us all.
Yes. Yes. So as soon as that video is in the online office, I'm going to watch it. I think I was in a different workshop for that one, but that's really, 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 really good. I've done the accountability partners in the past. It's been a long time, but it was a success. I don't know why I quit doing that. Even if it's like 3 people, in case, 2 people split or whatever, I mean, you can still have at least some sort of accountability outside of just a big group, because people do fall off. Yeah, thank you guys for that. That's amazing. Anything else? Anything? If you want to type it, you can. If you don't want to talk. So we have a large group. I used to be petrified to get on these calls. And that's before it was Zoom. I remember Charlene Booker asked me to do a call on the phone. I think I was like having anxiety attacks for like 2 weeks before it actually happened. And I was pacing around the room, voice shaking. I know it's intimidating to talk. So if you don't want to, I understand. But it gets better, or it gets easier the more you do it. Da-da-da. What time is it? Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Okay. Anybody else have anything else before we hang up? Any ideas?
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to say something too. I know a lot of you guys ran into some of the super trainers and stuff. I mean, how cool is it to be in the airport and have Tony Horton come through? I don't know if you guys ever seen him strut. It is just, there was people stopping that didn't know what Beachbody was because they know who Tony Horton is. And he's doing the peace sign coming through there, Joe Cool, like Fonzie, and it was like a Sprint commercial. You could have heard a tack drop on the floor, and he gets through security. He gets down by the coffee shops and stuff, back by the boarding gates, and he is just Joe Cool. He's got somebody with him, and that guy, I don't know if it's bodyguard or what, but he's got a guy with him. He's taking people's phones and taking pictures, and it isn't just a snapshot and move on. I mean, he's, Ratchet John with you and, talking with you and patting you on the back and where are you from, what you doing, blah, 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 blah. I mean, he's just cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was a really interesting experience, too, to just rub elbows with somebody like that in public. And, of course, Neiman was down the hallway. Nobody knew who he was, so we had to go tackle him.
Poor Michael.
Nobody knew who he was except for like a couple of people, but I mean, it was kind of crazy. And, I don't know. It's just amazing to see the trainers there and people outside of Beachbody know who the trainer is, but they don't, like somebody said in the beginning of the call, is we're like the lobbyist or the jobber in the marketing part of this thing, the middleman, and it's our responsibility in some respects to try to get between and they go out and buy P90X or whatever. So they don't know the other element of the health and fitness part of this. They see a super trainer and a workout. That's what they see when they see Tony. They don't see the other part of it. And that's where, we need to step in and help those people with that part of this thing. So there's a huge market out there, and anybody that thinks that this market's flooded hit their head, because it's not even touched. Not even
Scratching the surface. That's what kills me.
Yeah.
Something that Melanie Mitro said that stood out to me was that our goal is not a shiny object to go after. And I mean, I don't know, just little thing. I found some of my notes on my phone. So I was just reading through them, like things that people had said. And Now I lost him. And Darren Hardy had said to ask yourself these 3 questions for success is, are you doing it? Like whatever it is that you're trying to be successful at, are you doing it? Have you mastered it? And would your results prove that you mastered these principles of success? I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, be a product of the product.
I love him.
Yeah.
Were any of you in the session? One of the sessions, they had a thing where it was like, everybody raise your hand if you lost 20 pounds. You know, and then they kept going up the scale. How many, you know, it got to 50 pounds, 60 pounds. And then when it got to, I think it was 80 pounds or something like that, he's like, everybody that's lost 80 pounds or more, come up here on the stage. And they started, you know, moving up 120 pounds. And everybody got the microphone at that point and said, you know, I've been doing it for this long. It was P90X or Beast or whatever it was that they were doing, and who they were, where they're from, kind of thing. And it finally got down to the end there. There was a guy up there that he could probably stand to lose another 100 pounds, and he'd lost 220 pounds already. I mean, now that it was a showstopper for everybody. It was just, I don't know if anybody else was in that session or not, but that was just amazing that, you know, there was a lot of folks up there. And if you look around the room, you think about all the dump truck loads of weight that have gone out the window with this thing. It's just amazing. I wish Beachbody had a number of the total pounds lost. I think it would be phenomenal. I mean, you'd have to do it in the tons, right? And Chris is down there. Yeah, right. So, I don't know. I just thought that was pretty amazing to have those people.
Curtis, I had the same thought.
Good.
I was thinking the same thing, and I said Beachbody should do more PR and just show the amount of weight that is lost every single year, and just, I don't know, give more credibility. A lot of people kind of like laugh at the whole idea of Beachbody, but we really do make such a difference in people's lives. And that, with that room, I was in that session with you, and it was, I think the GC was really shocked at how many people went up to the stage and how much weight they really all still lost. I think it was over 100 or 80 or whatever it was, which is a significant amount of weight. And there was a lot of people in the room. So I had those exact same thoughts.
Well, we've actually had people say, oh, this is Photoshop. You know, I don't know. I so want to just throw a dart at them, you know. It's like, it's not Photoshop, you know. Where'd all the skin go? You know, back where it was supposed to be. You know, I mean, how do you explain that to somebody that doesn't understand the process, that just wants to throw rocks, you know? And they're out there, so. Anyway, I thought it was amazing. When we got to 100 pounds, and they put all those people up on the stage that was 100 pounds plus, and then you think back at the 20s and 40 pounds that were, I mean, it was just like every other person had their hand up in the whole crowd. I mean, there was, 4,000 people in there or something like that? It was crazy.
You made me cry.
Transformations got me to, before we went to Summit, and Jen Maxwell, you may have seen this post because it's a mutual friend of ours. Hold on, I'm talking. And she had posted something about a month ago, I guess, about how she's tired of seeing all of these like superficial before and after pictures from, you know, people that sell fitness products, and, you know, basically calling out Beachbody. And all these people were chiming in like, yeah, like these coaches say it's changed their life and whatever. Like, so you lose a couple pounds, like, and just taking it very superficially and having that in the back of my mind. I didn't comment on her post at the time because I just wanted to kind of see what the comments were, because my thought was I'm going to see what they're saying that we do, and I'm going to do the opposite and prove them wrong.
Right.
But just seeing those transformations on stage at Celebration, in that workshop, I mean, it's just the power that we have as coaches to, like, literally, like Debbie was saying, like, we can change, and we do change people's lives. I mean, it's like life or death situations. People who have been told that they're morbidly obese, and like, they're literally like, if they don't make a change in their life, they're not going to be around 6 months from now. I mean, it's just, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it right now, because I've seen it. This is my third summit, and I've heard all the stories before, but something stuck in my head about that girl's post last month. And then being at Summit and just seeing this, it validated everything that we do. And just, I don't know, like it's something that I want to talk about more because I feel like I don't talk about it enough. So often it's all, because I'm speaking to women and most women, want to fit to a bathing suit or whatever. And those are kind of the reasons behind, joining my groups and stuff. But I mean, we can help some serious people, guys. Like I couldn't even believe it. Like I feel like it's the first time that I actually let it like sink in, and realize like what an opportunity that we have to really make a difference.
Well, for me, it's about finding the people, and that's something we need to do a lot more training on. I'm a hunter. I like going hunting big game and stuff like that. So I kind of got to focus my mentality on is how do I go find these people? How do I hunt these people down? There are people out there that want and need help. And if they don't want to do this, they're not going to do this. But if you go out there, it was like last night, I was on Facebook, went up in the search and went and just typed in, I got a fat ass. Or I'm so effing fat or whatever. I just put things, what would somebody say if they were down in the dumps and wanted to lose some weight? What would they be crying out? And I put those things in there, and I found dozens and dozens and dozens of posts. Some of them were months old, but there was a lot of them from the first part of July, a lot of them from the UK, hello. People, asking for help in weird ways. It wasn't like, hey, somebody help me with a fitness program. It wasn't like that. It was like, I'm just so big, I can't go out in the weather. It's just too hot for my fat ass. I mean, that's what it was saying up there in a post. And, I was like, here's a hot one, Diana. She's like, okay, I'll friend her. I'll friend her. I'll friend her. I'll friend her. And it's just, you got to go looking for them. I mean, you can put an advertisement up on a corner with a guy in a gorilla suit saying free pizza. I mean, but unless somebody wants free pizza, they're not going to go get it. So sometimes you have to hunt them down. That's kind of
that was a good idea. That was a really good idea. I commend you for that idea. Searching for that. That was good.
There's a lot of people out there. It's just a matter of how they're asking, and the other part of it, if you look in the comments, you'll see other people patting them on the back. It's okay. Size doesn't matter. Blah, 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 all this stuff, and it's just wrong information. I understand that maybe they're really close friends and they're probably just trying to stay neutral without pissing them off or whatever. But I mean, the reality is that person is crying out for help. So you just try to figure out a way to weasel in and maybe friend them and just kind of, maybe down the road, it opens up other opportunities for that person. Or maybe, once you're friends, that they might be following you or, catch something in their news feed about what you're doing and might spark some interest on their part too. So it's just a matter of, getting out there and, if there's only one fish in a pond and you're casting out there, you're not going to catch that fish unless you're casting in that pond. You have to cast and cast. You have to change hooks. You got to cast. You got to cast. And it's just a matter of going through the motions, and that's what it's about.
All right, we've gone to 9:10. So if you want to be in the group picture, then put your beautiful shining face on. And we lost somebody when I said that.
Jesse.
Oh, I always forget that he has to jump off. All right. Who else wants to put their face on? Apparently Chase wants in. That's okay. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you guys so much for getting on. I know a lot was shared. Hopefully it helped with anything that you needed to move forward in your business coming out of Summit. And we have so many amazing things coming up. So hopefully you're as excited as I am because I'm coming out of my skin, excited about everything that's coming up. So if you have anything question-wise, anything you need help with, post in the team page or reach out to me individually, whatever you need, and we will help you. So anyway, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the team page. Bye.
Bye.